Welcome back again. What we're looking at now is the paper 1, June 2022 general paper, CSEC. All right. So for this one, what we're looking at is negative 3 square plus negative 2 square. The moment we square anything, it's always positive. So that's a 9 plus 4, 13. Number 2, what is the value of the digit 2 here? This is actually 2 over 100, which is a 0.02, or you just take the 2 over 100 right there. 3, what is the value of when we add 1/3? What can we add to 1/3 to give 2? Has to be 2/3. The next number in the sequence, 1, so we're adding 5, then we're adding 7, then we're adding 9, then we're adding 11. So I'm going to be adding 13. So this will give me 46. Number 5, if 30% of a number is 45, what is 4/5 of the number? All right. 4/5. All right, so we could find a number and take 4/5. All right. So if 30% is 45, if I divide everything by 3, I'll get 10%, which is 15. So if 10% is 15, then 100% is 150. So I could take 5/4 of that. So 5 into itself 1. And 5 into 15 goes 3. So the answer is 30 times 4, which is 120. There are other ways you could get there, but I'm just giving one example, or one way of getting there. Number 6. So for number 6, a certain amount of money is shared in the ratio 2 to 3 to 9 right here. The question says if the difference between the first and the second share is 40, then the amount of money shared. All right. So we're saying the difference between 2 and 3, because we're talking about the first and the second. So it's a 2 and a 2 parts, that's 1. So the difference between this is 1, and they told us it's 40. Because as you could see, 1 is 2 and 1 is 3. Difference between them is 1 part, and the difference is 40. All right, I mean 1 part is 40. The total parts, 2 plus 3 plus 9, that's about 14. So then we want to multiply 14 times 40 quickly. And you want to just quickly run through this. 14 times your 40, whichever way you want to do it. All right, so this is 560. All right. If P is 2, 3, 5, 7, Q is that, we're looking at the full intersection. We're looking at number 2 is everything there. So that's it. 2. Shaded region here, everything was shaded except P, so the answer is P complement. All right. All right, this is an integer. All right, so we're saying that the element of a set, so where x, I could write this better, x is less than 10, the same x is greater than or equal to 6. All right, so, and then x is an integer, greater than or equal to 6. So we have here any less than 10. All right. So you're moving from 6 to 9. So 6, 7, 8, 9, because it's an integer. Okay. All right. So we have the set M, we have M here, we have N. Which of the following elements are true? All right, I'm seeing that N is fully in that, so I'm looking for a subset at least. N is a subset of M, right? All right, M is a subset of N. No, it's the other way around. No. M union. Okay. M union N is N. No. M intersect N gives back N. Well, this is true because the intersection of them will be what they're sharing, and it is set N. All right, good. So the subset was not there. This is incorrect because it's the other way around. N is the subset of M, not M, the subset of M. So the answer is B, where we're saying the intersection of them would be these. And yes, it is the set N. All right. Number 11, information below. So looking at prime numbers, even numbers, and even and odd numbers right there. Which of the following set is empty? This has to be an empty set. There can be no even numbers. That would be an odd number. So the intersection of that is empty. We won't be able to find anything. All right, so we're saying question 12 refers to the diagram below, which shows the universal set U and two sets T and C. All right, so looking at those who plays tennis for T and chess for C. All right, and there are some students who didn't play anything. How many students play exactly one sport? All right, remember now, we have to be careful because one sport persons are out here, out here, out here, out here. If you go inside here, those are two. These are two sets inside here because they will be in C as well as T. So we're talking about that, 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 that. So 4 students, all right, play one. All right, address cost $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount of the discount is, just take off a 0 for 10%, so it's $18. So what 10% will just drop off the 0 at the back all the time. So the discounted amount is $18. The cost of a refrigerator is $1,850. There's a sales tax of 5% is paid on the cost of the refrigerator. All right. A buyers who purchase the refrigerator, cash will pay what? So you want to find 5% of that. All right. So you could work it out quickly. 10%. So we have this. So it says, so 10% is that. 10% is 180. So 5% is actually 185 divided by 2. So the 10% is 185. So the 185 divided by 2, we're getting $92 here, right? And 50 cents, whichever way you want to work it. This is 5%. So you want to put back that on it. So we want to add back that $92.50 on that, right? And then we would have gotten that. I'm looking for ES 52 for, all right, so we're looking for that. All right. All right, good. All right, number 14, a sales, we're looking at sales of car at 11,000, a commission of 4.5 for the first 10,000 and 7.5 for the remainder. If I have $10,000, 1% is to take off 2 zeros, so 1% is 100. This is 1%. So then 4.5% is to say 4.5 times the 100, because 1% is 1% of 10,000 is $100. So if I multiply this, I'm going to get about 450. That means I have 1,000 leave now because it's 11. So you take this, we have 1,000 leave. So I'm going to wear this up here. 1,000 that is left. So we're talking now 1% of the 1,000. 1% is to take off 2 zeros. So 1% is actually $10. But it's going at 7.5%. Right? So 1%, and I need 7.5%. I multiply this by 7.5. Then you could see $75 coming out straight. So if I add back my $75 to that, I'm getting $525. The thing is, understanding the 10% and the 1% is kind of easy. If I have $500 and I want 1%, it's to drop off 2 zeros at the back. If I have $500 and I want 10%, it's to drop off 1 zero at the back. So you can use that to kind of just ease yourself into the no calculator thing, right? The value of a plot of land is 18,000. Land tax is charged at 70 cents per 100. All right, so we want to know the total land tax. So first you need to know how many hundreds you can get out of that, because it's 70 cents per 100. So we are actually getting 180. So you're going to multiply this by 70 cents. You understand? You multiply this by 70 cents. And when you do that, whatever you get, you understand, you work this out, all right? Whatever you get, you work this out. So the answer is this. So you do regular multiplication, and then take yourself out of that. All right, a man's basic salary is a basic week wage. So the basic wage is going to be a 40-hour week, 160. Overtime is time and a quarter, and you work that on overtime. Calculate the amount of money it's going to take home for that week. First, I need to know what is regular. We call it basic rate. So the basic rate is going to be the 160 divided by the 40. So he's making $4 per hour. When you're dealing with overtime, there is actually the overtime arrangement. So he's going to get time and quarter. All right. So if we multiply 1.25 times 4, we will get $5 per hour now. And that is on overtime. So on overtime, he's making $5 per hour. So he works for 6.5 hours overtime. So we want to say 6.5 times 5. And this is about $32. I look at $32.50. All right. So this will give us $32.50. So this is the money that he made on overtime. All right. That's his overtime money right there. So what we're suggesting now is that you'll add that to the 160. So you could see is 192.50 would have been, there for that, right? So that is his answer right there, 192. All right, so let's go further. At the end of the year, a car is worth 5% less, all right, than what it was worth in the beginning. If the car is worth 9.5, 2016, then the value at the beginning of the year. You could look at this. This is 5%. This is 10,000. All right. So you could look at the answers to get there. So we're saying if I have 10,000, all right, 5% of this? You want to work it out your regular way. You do your thing. You see it coming back. 2 zeros. So that's $500 would have come off. All right. And then we're talking. So this is $10,000. Let's go. All right. So the loan is 8,000, 24 equal payments of 4. So you want to find out what this is. Yeah. You want to find out what this is. All right. So this is how it was paid back, and we'll get 9,600 here. All right. So, and then now you knew that you borrow 8,000. So if you subtract what you borrow from it, you would have seen how much they would have made. That's the interest. So you want to represent this as a percentage. If you're using the 10%, you could see that it's 20% of the 8,000 right now. It's 20% of that. You could see that. So this is the answer. But let us say you can't see that. Then what you could do is to say, guess what? What we could do is just to put that 1600, right? We could just quickly say that 1600 over the 8,000, and you multiply that by 100. And you could see that these two zero cancel that. This zero cancel that. 8 into 7, 1, 8 into that 2, 2 times 10, that's 20. And you still get the same answer. So depending on how you want to do it. At a sale, each book was marked $3 off the original price. Daniel paid $46 for 2 books. So if you pay $46 for 2 books and each book is marked $3 off, then he got $6 off, which means that he should have paid that. So that's for 2 books. So if you divide the 52 by 2, then you would have seen that, hey, it's $26 for 1 book. And that's one way of doing it, all right? All right, so this is going to give us 6 and then x raised to the 5th, right? So the answer is A, 6x raised to the 5th, because this is 3x squared times 2x to the 3rd. So we multiply 6 and then same power, same base, we add the power, all right? All right. All right, let's see what this is. So we have 10x minus 5 equal to 35. 35, I write 30. So 10x is equal to, bring this across or add that to both sides. Yeah. So we have 40 and x is equal to 10. 4. X is equal to 4 right there. This. When twice a number is subtracted from 7, right? So let me call the number x. So I have 7. So when twice a number x is subtracted from the 7, and the result is multiplied by 3. So the result is that it's multiplied by 3. The answer is 33. So if you notice, I'm putting this in reverse order. Twice a number, oh Lord, twice a number. Wrong thing. Yes. So when twice a number is subtracted from 7, the result is multiplied by 3. The answer is that. All right. So they're asking what is the original number. No problem. We set up the thing, do your regular maths. Distribute 21 minus 6x equal to 33. We're going to minus the 21. So we're going to take the 21 from here. So we're going to get 1, 2, we get 12, and divided by negative 6. X is equal to negative 2. Negative 2, negative 2. X is equal to negative 2, right? Yeah. You could try it for yourself if you want. All right, so X is equal to negative 2 right there. All right, let's go. All right, so given that 3 asterisk 6 is 12 and 2 asterisk 5 is 9, then A asterisk B is what? We're saying which one of these? Guys, we can just simply try these. Look at them. I'll try this one right now. 2A plus B. All right, so is this correct? 2A plus B. 2 3s, 6 plus 6, 12. 2 2s, 4 plus 5, 9. So the answer is 2 times the first number. So basically then this is saying that A asterisk B is going to give you 2 times A plus B. All right, so basically that's what is going on right there. So a lot of times you can use your answers and then get the answer. All right, if x equal to minus 2, 3 equals to that and that. So we're going to set up this. We're saying that x, which is negative 2 over 3 raised to 2, this is going to give me 4 over 9. All right, so the 2 is at the top. All right, 4 over 9, where is that? 4 over 9. All right, so we have to look out. All right, so this, we have this. So what we're going to do is to, it's an exponential equation. I'm going to just change these to exponent so that we could see what's going on. All right, so I simply change out the 9 into 3 square, because I'm going to be using that. So basically, if I rewrite what I would have this. But when you multiply the same base, you add their powers. So we have 3, 2 plus x. This is one of the ways you could work it. When we have the same base, we could drop them. So basically, we have 2x plus 1 is equal to 2 plus x. Gather the x is on one side, so I'll have 2x minus x, and that is basically subtracting x from both sides, if you want to look at it like that. And then we have a 2 minus 1. So basically, I have x is equal to 1 straight away. All right, so 1 working, and I get the answer, and I'm gone. All right, so x is equal to 1. All right, let us go to 27. 27 says, given that a is equal to 1, 3, negative 3, 3, 0, 5, and then 3a is equal to multiplying everything by 3. So we're looking for 3, we're looking for 9, and negative 9, 9, 0, 15. So I'm looking for that, and I see it right there. All right, so the discriminant of a identity matrix, we need to know what the identity matrix is. 1, 0, 0, 1. The discriminant is to take the product of the leading diagonal, subtract the product of the non-leading diagonal, which is in green. So I'm just going to say 1 times 1 minus 0 times 0, and then we have 1. So the determinant is 1, right? Yeah. All right. So item 29 refers to the following vectors. So we have vector P and Q. So we subtracting. When you subtract vectors, what you actually do, so if I'm subtracting vector P minus Q, basically what we're going to do is to add the inverse of the other vector, because in vectors, you can't really subtract because vectors keep adding distances as you walk. All right, so we're going to say, all right, vector P is 3, 7, and then I'm going to be adding the inverse of the other one. That means a 2, negative 5. All right, so basically, as we say, we don't subtract vectors, we have to add, but you add the inverse of the last one. So now we're looking at 5, 2. So I'm looking at 5, 2. So this is the answer. All right. All right, so item 30 refers to this below. So we're in the vector section. So it says we want to find WR. Where's W? Where's R? This is W. This is R. All right, so we want to find WR. All right, so let's put on our stuff. This going in this way is actually U. All right, we want to make sure we have that. Let me write it better. So if we're going in that way, this is U. And then if you're coming this way, it's V. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna go from W to Z, and then I move from Z. So I'm gonna follow that flow. From W to Z is the same thing as X, is the same thing as this, which is U. And then now I'm coming in the opposite direction, so I'm going to minus half V, all right? Because I'm coming in the other direction like this. So I'm going this way, but the vector for that is coming the other way. So it's a minus, a half of it, because it's half of this, because it's a midpoint. All right, so I'm looking for U minus half V, and it's at number 1. I'll take it and go. All right, given that 1 millimeter is that, all right, then, so you convert into meters, it's gonna be, you multiply this. So it's gonna, so basically the decimal point, we're gonna move 3 places to the left. So the answer is 2.5. All right, so it's like you have 2,500 and you multiply it by that. All right, so if you wanna cancel, you know, and then 10 into that will give you that. So whichever way you want to do it. The volume in C and cube of a cube of 3. So if we have a cube here, yeah, looking at the cube, This is 3, this is 3, this is 3. So the volume is 3 times 3 times 3, and that's 27. There we go, right there. The perimeter of a square is 48. What is the area? So talking about a square where all the sides are the same, 4 equal sides. So you want to understand that concept. So we're saying the 48 divided by 4 is going to give me one side. That means I have 12, I have 12, I have 12, and I have 12. So that's the idea to get that. But the area now is going to be 12 times 12, which is 144. 144 would be my area. Let's go to 34. All right. So the area of the trapezium PQR, all right, above is what? Half the sum of the parallel sides times the height. So we're talking about 8 plus 18 over 2. And then we're going to multiply that result by 5, right? So we're talking about 26 divided by 2. This is 13. 13 times 5. And that is 65. So we're looking for the answer with 65 right there. All right. Item 35 refers to the diagram, which is the sector of a circle, AOB, and we have 60 degrees there, and the radius R. All right. So the question is the area of the sector. The area of the sector is going to be 60 over 360 pi R square. All right. So, but this is going to work out to give us 1/6. So 1/6 pi R square is actually there. All right. So the perimeter of this. So if we cut this off and cut this off here, this distance is 15. This is 6. This is 6. All right. So we get everything to be 27 as you go across. That means the radius of the circle is 6. There's this distance, and this is radius. So this is 6. All right. So the question is the perimeter. To work out the perimeter, we're going to be adding up. This is 15 here, from here to here. So we're adding up these, plus we're adding up the one circle in terms of the circumference of one circle, 2 semicircles. So it's basically 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 2 pi R. All right, but R is 6. So then we're saying 30 plus 12 pi. If I factor out 6, I'll get 5 plus 2 pi. I'm only working it because you work it like this because of how the answer is set. So based on the answer that I'm seeing, I'm trying to patternize mine to fit it. All right. The area of a circle. The area of a circle is 53.6 if the length is multiplied by 4. So we're saying length times width would have given us 53.6. And then now the length is multiplied by 4. And then they're saying that the width is half. Then if you cancel this, you're seeing that when everything is canceled, then this becomes 2 times this, which means we need to multiply that by 2 to get the new idea. So this is 107.2 for the new idea, because technically when we multiply the length by 4 and half the width, we're actually doubling. All right, so this actually doubles in the end. All right, we want to find the area of this figure. All right, so we're getting information that this is a square and a triangle. All right, so that means this is 5 right here. So in this part, 5, 5, this is going to be 25. So we're looking at this is 25 for the area of that part. Up here, it's going to be 5 times 4 half the sum of base times height. So this is going to give us 10. So this piece is 10 right there. So we're talking about 10 and this. So we're looking at 35. Looking at 35. We're looking at 35 there. All right, so the number so reading this, it says 39 and 40 refers to the distribution there, frequency distribution of the average mass and so forth. All right, the number of children who have a mass less than or equal to 40 is everybody here, because you're seeing the information being given here. So it's adding these two things here will get 68. The upper boundary of the median, we need to know where the median is. So basically we're going to add up. If we want to know where the median is, we have to work it out because they never told us. So we're going to add up everything here. 28 plus 40 plus 12 plus 34 plus 18. We want to add up that and find a way to get the median. So when we add those up, we're actually getting, let me just check this quickly. Okay. All right. So that's 132. This is 132. Normally, how I do it, I add 1 to this divided by 2 to give me the position where the median lies. So the position of the median is at 66.5. This is not the answer, but this is going to help me to check. So what I'm going to do is a cumulative check going in the two directions. So I'm going to do a cumulative check coming this way. All right. So whenever I reach 66.5 or pass it, right there, I'll stop. So 28 does not reach, but when I add 40 to this, it's telling me that this is where it is, because we would have passed the 66 coming this way. Let me change the marker to come the next direction. If I'm coming this direction, 18 plus that, that's about 52, 52 plus that, plus the 12, that's about 64. We're still not there, but by the time I add the 40, I'm there. So it's telling me that this is the position. That means the median is in this class. But all they want is the upper boundary of the median class. Upper boundary, if we have 31 to 40, we add 0.5 to that. So it's 40.5 is the median for that class. Is the upper boundary for the median class. All right, we're looking at a case where Miss Clark arranged 15 test scores. All right, so this is the thing, 15 test scores in order of size. And then she select the 8th one. If she select the 8th, if we have 15, like 1 to 15, all right? So basically, we'd have 7 on that side, 7 on that side, all right? 8 is in the middle here, as in the 8th term. So we'd have 1 to 7 here, and then we'll actually have 9 to 15. So 8 is in the middle. That's what we're saying, the middle. So it's the median that she actually found, the 8th. So the middle of 15, we're saying that 7 is on one side and 7 on the other side. The 8th term is your median, right? All right. The pie chart below the scale shows we're talking about some hours of studying, all right, for the different subjects. All right. So the question says the amount of time spent studying mathematics is approximately what? This is actually 90%, near 90%. So 90% is a quarter. Quarter of 12 means to divide by 4, we'll get 3, because that's math. So we're talking about 3 hours and approximate. 43. If the mean of 4 numbers, all right, so the mean of 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12, when you divide this by 4, they're telling us that the answer is 10. So basically, set it up. This is how you find the mean. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 4. So 4 plus x plus that plus 12 is 40. So all we need to do is add up these numbers. So we're talking about 12 plus 12, that's 24, yeah? So x is equal to 40 minus 24, and the answer is going to be 16. 40 minus 24, and then the answer is 16. All right, let's go. All right, so 44 refers to the following table. This is the following table of results of 100 persons that were surveyed. So from major ethnic groups. All right, so we have this. Respondents are interviewed about their. All right, let's go. So attitude towards mathematics, that's what's going on here. And we have P, and we have R, and we have the total. The question says a respondent is selected at random. What is the probability that he has positive attitude towards math? Positive attitude is a total of 37. So you're talking about 37 over 100. And as a decimal, it's going to be 0.37. Positive attitude. Right? So here is positive. Different ethnic group, but randomly speaking, we're talking about a total of 37. The point where a linear function crosses the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is your x-axis. And if something crosses the x-axis or the x-axis there, horizontal is called the x-intercept, all right? So we're talking the x-intercept right there. All right, the equation of a straight line which passes through the point 0, 5, that means this is C, this is the y-intercept there, and has a gradient 4. All right, so it's going to be y is equal to 4x plus 5. Whenever the x coordinate of a point is 0, the y value is where it crosses the y-axis. So we don't have to worry about working out something that we were given. All right. 47. Which of the following groups represent a linear function? A linear means a straight line. A. That's a curve. That's a curve. And this is a straight line, which is actually a perpendicular line. So you won't be able to get the gradient of that. So that is the answer. All right, question 48 refers to the graph of the quadratic function. It says the coordinate of the maximum point of the function, right? That you can look and see maximum point is right here. And this is a 2 and this is a 4. So we're talking about a 2, 4. We're looking for that. It's right at A. And line L is parallel to this line. Then what is the gradient of L? Let's write this in the right format. Let y be by itself. So we're talking about, I'm going to just start working. I'll get a negative 3x and a positive 9. Because I'm bringing everything across. So the 9 becomes positive over there and the 3x becomes negative. Then I'm going to divide by negative 7. So you could see the negative 7. So this is positive 3 over 7. When the two negatives clash here, when these two negatives clash here, we get positive. So the answer is positive 3/7, which is this. So the answer is C. Looking for the answer there at C. All right, so we want to find g of negative 6. So we're going to drop this in. This is negative 42 minus 3 over 5. This is minus 45 over 5. And this is a negative 9 right there, right? All right. The range of values of this is x to the third. All right. So when we plug in 2, we're going to get negative 8. When we plug in negative 1, we're going to get negative 1. When we plug in 0, we'll get 0. Then 1 give us 1, 2 give us 8. So I'm looking for these values as we go. And here it is. Which of the following pair of lines is perpendicular? I have to convert them in the regular form and look at them quickly. So for this one here, the gradient is going to be negative 3 over 2. That's getting rid of the 2 there. For this one, I'm going to have to fix it. So I'm looking at the gradients really. I'm going to have to fix this. So I'm looking at negative 2y. This is going to equal to negative 3. And then I'm going to divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. So this one is positive 3 over 2. All right. But I'm still getting 3 over 2. So this don't work. That's not going to work. These two are parallel, not going to work. All right. So let's check out this one. This is a negative 4 already. All right. But what will this one be? I think this is the answer. So let's go. This one, the gradient is a negative 4. Let's hold that. Gradient is a negative 4 for this. I'm going to have to work out this one here. I have 4y equal to x plus 1. I'll divide by 4, divide by 4. So basically the gradient is positive a quarter from this one here. We could see that positive a quarter, which is the negative reciprocal of this. So remember, this is the answer. All right, because when lines are perpendicular, One gradient is a negative reciprocal of the other. So we're talking about negative 4 over 1 and positive 1 over 4. They are negative reciprocal of each other right there. 53. If the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 4 right angles, then the polygon, which one of these will suit it? Triangles don't do that. Hexagon can't do that. Pentagon can't do that. But definitely a quadrilateral would have 4 sides, 4 angles, right? All right. 54 refers to the following transformation. Well, looking at this, I'm seeing a reflection, where this is the mirror line right there. So this is a reflection going on right there. 55. The angle at X, well, total interior angle of a triangle is 180. So when we add these, we'll get 60, and we take it from it, we get 120 right here. All right, so let's go. We're talking about the pair of similar. So we're told that they're similar. So if you look, you're seeing the relationship with the corresponding sides right there. So there is a half to get there, R. So you have to come here in the arrow, but if you're going the other way, it's a times 2. So depending on how you want to look at it, but basically the smaller one is half of the bigger one. So MO is corresponding to AC. So the linking is a half of the 7. You could have a 7 over 2, or in decimal, it's 3.5. So this is 3.5 because it's a half of the other one. So you're seeing that you made the link with something known, corresponding sides that are known, and then use it to work out other things that they're asking. 57. The image of the point T, which is 1, 1, under the translation is this. So in other words, we're saying that T, which is 1, 2, plus the translation, which is XY, gave us -5, -4. That's what we're saying. All right, so what could we add to this to get that? All right, so we're seeing where that could be a -6, -6, because just looking at it, or what we could do is to say T, which is XY, is going to equal to -5, -4, and then you're going to minus 1, 2. So yeah, you're doing regular maths. So we're talking about -6, -6 here, which is a regular maths. Because if this is P prime and you're transposing for T, this you're going to subtract that from the other side when you go over. All right, so here it is, you get that and you move on. In other words, you know, what we're saying, 1, 2 plus -6, -6 will give us -5, -4. A plane flying, 58, a plane flying in direction of 45 degrees. So here it is, and the plane is flying in, so this is bearing, this is the north, and it's flying at 45 degrees like that. So this is the angle, 45 degrees. All bearings are from the north, right, after the point. And then now it changes course and fly 135. So all bearings are from the north. So the bearing, this bearing would be coming from here still to here, right? So, and this is 135, meaning that turning is 135 degrees. So the question is saying, no, through how much degree did it turn? All you have to do is to say 135, subtract 45, and definitely this is 90 degrees. That means this angle right here that it turned was a 90. So it turned through 90 degrees. That's what the question really was asking. All right, let's go for 59. 59 says, a surveyor sets up his instruments 12 meters from the foot in the record. All right, this is a surveyor. So you look at that, the surveyor is 1.6 tall and he's standing, you could see 12 from that. So let's see what the question is. Let's see what the question is. An estimate of the height of the building can be obtained by what? If I want to find the height of the building, I'm going to need to find this. Let me just color this. I'm going to want to find this distance here. And then I'm going to add that to the height of the man. All right. Now I can now you do some quick math because this 12 here is 12 here. So this 12 is 12 here. And I have an angle, so I could find that. So I could say the tangent of the 40 degrees is equal to, let us say I call that x, which is from here to here, right? So we're saying that is going to equal to x over 12, which means x is equal to 12, the tangent of 40, that is the x. So I want to add this concept, which is I could put it here. Let me put it there. What I'm saying is, let me put that right there. So that I just found out that this that we have here is 12 tan 40. That is that distance. And I want to add that to 1.6. So I'm looking for 12 tan 40 plus 1.6. 12 tan 40, 12 tan 40, 1 point this. 12 tan 40 plus 1.6. There it is. So this is a plus right there. So that's that. Last question. Last question. And it says the diagram above shows the angle of depression of x and z is from z is 30. All right, so we're seeing the depression x from z is 30. If x is 10 meters from y, the height of yz, this. All right, is what? Then technically, this angle here, 30, would be equal, the value of it is equal to 30 down there. So now I could go tangent. So basically what I'm doing here is to say the tangent, let me put it here. The tangent of 30 is equal to yz, which is opposite over 10. So it means then 10 tan 30 would be the answer. So we're looking for 10 tan 30, and the answer is at A, and there it is. All right, guys. So this is the end of the June 2022 paper 1. All right. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like, share, and drop a comment. All right. How much you guys actually got out of the 60? Let us see what you got.